Hello everyone and welcome back to TradeSmart. In today's video, I will show you a very promising breakout strategy, taking a quantitative, non-emotional trading approach. If you are new here, don't forget to follow us here on YouTube, and to get our free trading scripts, go to the description. All the links can be found down below. With that said, let's get right into the strategy. So for this strategy, we are going to use three different indicators. The first one is going to be the Bollinger Bands, so type in Bollinger Bands. We are going to use the built-in one. The second one is going to be an indicator that measures the distance between the two Bollinger Bands, and it's called BBW. So click on this one. And the third indicator, which we are going to use for take profit and stop loss, is the well-known no-nonsense Forex ATR, so type in NNFX ATR and click on this one. And one extra indicator for the trading stop loss is going to be the super trend. And we are going to use this one. Once you got all that set up, now let's see the settings. For the Bollinger Bands, we are going to use these settings. For the NNFX ATR, we are going to use the 3 stop loss, and we are going to untick the take profits, and the main ATR, we are going to only leave the stop losses. For the super trend, we are going to use a 10 period and a 3 multiplier. One extra step we need to do is that we are going to put a line on the Bollinger Bands width. And the way that you're going to do that, try to increase the scale until you have 10 different 0.01 levels. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And what you're going to do is you are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put the line right there. This is going to be our 0.015 level. Once you have all that set up, now we can take a look at the short and the long entries. So for a long entry, first you need to have the BBW line going under the 0.015 level, which you can see happens right on this candle. After that, you need to have the BBW line under the 0.015 level for at least 5 candles. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After that, you need to see the BBW line breaking above this level, and you need to see the price breaking above the upper Bollinger Bands. Once all those conditions have met, you can enter into a long position. The stop loss is going to be placed to a 3 times ATR, which is shown by the NNFX ATR level. The first take profit is going to be a 1-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio. Once we hit that level, we are going to move our stop loss to a break-even. And then we are going to let the rest ride until the super trend indicator turns red, which happens on this candle. So we are exiting half of the position once 1-to-1 is hit, and we let the rest ride until the super trend turns red. As you can see, this one was a profitable trade. Now let's see a short example. If you like this type of content, don't forget to drop a like, that helps out this channel a lot. Here are the rules for a short entry. First, you need to have the BBW line going under the level, which you can see happens right on this candle. After that, the BBW needs to stay under the level for at least 5 candles, so let's count 5 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After that, you need to have the BBW breaking above the level, which happens right on this candle. And there's only one thing left before we can take our position. We need to see the price closing under the lower Bollinger Bands. So as you can see, that happens right on this candle. One important thing I have to mention, that this cross under the lower Bollinger Bands needs to happen within 10 candles after the BBW line breaks above this level. But as you can see, it happened on the 3rd candle. So that is going to be a valid short entry. Our stop loss placement is going to be at the NNFX ATR indicator, which is 3 times ATR. And the take profit is going to be a 1-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio. When the first target gets hit, you are going to take off 50% of your position, and then you are going to move your stop loss to break even, and let the rest ride until either your stop loss gets hit, or the super trend turns to green. As you can see, we get stopped out on this one, but we had made some profits too. So this is going to be a winner trade again. And with that said, I hope everything's clear. This might be a bit more complicated strategy, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask down in the comment section and I will make sure to answer it. And now, let's see the 100 backtest. And the results are in. After 100 trades on the Bitcoin USDT pair on the 30-minute time frame with a variable risk-to-reward ratio, with taking every trade on every signal, we had 52 winners and 48 losses. The gain on the account risking 1% per trade was 22.7%. Most losers in a row was 11 and most wins in a row was 8. The time took to complete the 100 trades was 461 days. The strategy did pretty well. And now let's see the equity curve. Here you can see the equity curve risking 1% per trade. As you can see, at the beginning we had a sideways action. After that we had a very big losing streak, which we don't like to see. But on the 37th trade, we started to trend up pretty rapidly. So I went back on the chart to see when this trend up happened. And this started exactly when Bitcoin started to rise from $10,000. So this proves that this strategy can work very well on the bull run, but in the sideways and downtrending market, it's not a strategy that you should use. Now let's go back and I will talk about some optimization tips you can try to make it even better. Here are some optimization tips I found while I was doing the backtest. First one is to try different risk-to-reward ratios. First, I tried 1:2 risk-to-reward ratio myself without the 2-level take-profit method, and it produced a 23% gain on the account, which is almost the same as we get in the original strategy. So maybe with a 1:1.5 or with a 1:3, the strategy would have performed better. The second optimization tip is to try different BBW levels. So in this case I used the 0.015, but you can try and use a 0.02 or a 0.05 and see if you can get better results. The third one is try to limit how big the entry candle height can be. This is one optimization tip which I use at almost all of my optimizations, and for that you can use the candle height in percentage indicator. With this indicator you can detect the big candle moves. One thing I recommend you do in the settings is to turn off the plot, because that only represents the wicks of the candle, not the body of the candle. Now you can detect the candles which are extremely big compared to the other candles. What I usually do to use this as a filter, I usually put a line at the level I think the candle shouldn't be bigger. So here, as you can see, this trade would have been a loser, but using this filter, we saw that this candle was extremely big and already had a big move to the downside, so we wouldn't have entered into the trade. And as you can see here, we have a winner trade, and the candle height is below our limit, so we could have entered this trade. Now let's see some other optimization tips. The fourth one is you can try to optimize the breakout conditions. You can do this by going into the Bollinger Band settings. Now what you can do here is try out different settings and see which one gives you the most accurate breakout indication. And the last one is that for trailing stop loss, try different settings with a super trend. I personally looked for the 5 and 1.5 settings, so the ATR period should be 5 and the ATR multiplier should be 1.5. With these settings I think it can produce better exit points than the original one. But you should try this for yourself. I haven't tried it yet. If you do try, let me know in the comment section if it works better or not. And with that said, we went over all the optimization tips. Before I end this video, let's take a look at the strategy ranking sheet to see where this strategy is placed at. Today's strategy, the Bollinger Bands breakout strategy, has took the 17th place of currently 29 tested strategies. The strategy could have been placed much higher with some optimization and some filtering. I will link this ranking sheet down in the description where you can check all the different strategies we have tested so far and their performance. Quick reminder for those who are new to the channel, On this channel, we are backtesting strategies to see how they perform after 100 trades. The strategies which we like and you request, we code into trading scripts, from which we release a few for free to all of our subscribers. So if you want to see the strategies I backtested and I actually liked, go to the playlists on our YouTube channel and look for Strategies I Like playlist. Or if you want to see our trading scripts coded, you can find that in the trading scripts playlist. And with that said, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming content. And have an amazing day. See you in the next video.